Didn't work. No problem.
Continue to use it frivolously and you may find yourself straying down the dark path.
I can't stop to talk to tourists.
Told that you're a friend of Jolie Bindo, and that Jolie has returned to the sector. Please, I must speak to him. It's very urgent. My name is Elora. My husband, Sunry, and Jolie are old friends. Now Sunry... Please, I beg you to bring Jolie to speak to me about my husband. Sunry's life depends on it. Jolie, is this you?
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help her.
Why, whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to...
Calm down, Laura. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Laura. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow. Careful here, kid. Start poking your nose in a place it doesn't belong, and you might not like what you find.
I hope you're here to play some Pazak. I don't... So clear.
for hire. Perhaps the Mandalorian or the Achani can help you. They lack the resolve to do what needs to be done. The Achani believe in a non-existent warrior, but I am Iridorian. Honor comes from slaying your opponent. Ask whatever you wish, though you may find some of my answers. Perhaps you should ask them. The Republic prefers not to deal with my kind, though maybe they need an Iridorian to finish the job. The mercenaries they hire must be failing, as they are never heard from again. That is all I know. Is there more you wish to ask? Manan has no such things, unless the Selkath have them hidden away at the bottom of the ocean. Is there more you would know? Perhaps you should ask them. The Republic prefers not to deal with the mercenaries they hire must be failing, as they are never heard. Yes,
For a while, the Republic were hiring anyone they could get their hands on. Now they don't have any use for...
Hey man, clear out. You're cramping my style with the ladies.
Canderous. I haven't seen you since the Republic broke our ranks at the Battle of Malachor.
Ergeron, I see you've got some new guns to add to your collection. Times must have been profitable for you since the war.
Very profitable. When the Republic defeated our fleets, I learned a valuable lesson. It's far better to be a freelance mercenary in a war than to be a soldier for the losing side. If you're here to offer me a job, I'm not interested right now. I got so many offers I can't keep up as it is. Maybe that Iridorian skullslacker at the bar, or the Ajani nerf herder cowering in the corner is available. Nothing. Except that the Ajani are a bunch of fey dancers prancing in a battle with tiny weapons not fit for Mandalorian children. They hardly wear any armor because it slows them down when they run away. But the Ajani are better than the Iridorians. Those savages keep hacking at fallen foe even after death, mutilating the corpse out of pure bloodlust. I even heard they'll turn on each other when the battle fever hits. Who wants to work with someone like that? I could pretty much name my price right now, especially since the Republic's so desperate for mercs all of a sudden. They ain't saying, but the price is sure right. Of course, I haven't heard of anyone coming back, so I'm guessing the job ain't easy. If there ever were any ruins on this world, they've long since disappeared beneath the oceans. I'm a realist. It was war, after all. And even though the Republic destroyed my people, the leaders of the Armada were Revan and Malak, so I hate the Sith just as much. And with this war, there's plenty of opportunity to take bloody vengeance against both sides and make a nice profit along the way. We Mandalorians are always practical that way, not like those bloodthirsty Iridorians or those honor-bound Ajani. Or anything else you want? So why are you telling me? If you're going, go. I don't need a status.
I am not for hire. Perhaps the Mandalorian or the Achani can... Why do you care? There are other mercenaries you can hire, though I suggest you act quickly. They're not so desperate they have asked for my help as of yet. They prefer the simpering, submissive type. Perhaps you should...
We might have a position within the Sith organization for one such as you.
Your offer is pretty good, but I've heard some nasty things about you, Sith. Is it true you bombed Taris into dust?
This is war. In war, certain distasteful acts cannot be avoided. But ask yourself this, when we win the war, would you rather be against the Sith or with us?
You make a good point. And I've never turned down a job that pays up front.
Excellent. Report to the Sith Embassy tomorrow for your assignment. I have no desire to speak to you. I know you have links to the Republic.
You hiring for the Republic or the Sith? Then why are you wasting my time? There's...
You're new around here, aren't you? My name's Duan. Care to buy a Sith girl a drink? That is, unless you're one of those simpering Republics. Well, some of the soldiers like to go and bet on the swoops on their day off, but this planet is bad enough without mingling with the... It isn't easy here, you know. Not with all the Republic soldiers walking the streets while we sit and do absolutely nothing. Malak should send a fleet in and conquer this whole sector, Kolto or no. But I don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm just here to have a couple of drinks and try to unwind. You know? Are you some kind of historian or something? You should forget about the past, look towards the future. That's why I joined the Sith. The Republic is old news. And then I get stuck on Manan, the worst post in the galaxy. It isn't easy here, you know. Not with all the Republic soldiers walking the streets while we sit and do absolutely nothing. Malak should send a fleet in and conquer this whole sector, Kolto or no. But I don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm just here to have a couple of drinks and try to unwind. You know? We Sith are interested in a lot of things. If you're smart, you'll stay out of Sith business. But I don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm just here to have a couple of drinks and... Oh, come on. What's the matter? Afraid I'll drink you under the table? Hey, if you're not man enough to keep... Seems I'm not ladylike enough for some men. Well, I may be a woman, but I'm still a soldier. Barkeep...
Hey, man.
If you're here to offer maybe that Iridorian skullslagger at the bar. I'm a realist. There was war, after all. And even though the Republic destroyed my people, the leaders and would or anything. So
I hope you're here to play some Pazak. I don't... So...
So, do we have a deal?
That's an awful lot of money. Is there something you're not telling me?
Don't be so suspicious. The Republic is generous. We pay our mercenaries well.
Makes sense, I guess. All right, I'm in.
Just show up at the Republic Embassy tomorrow and speak to our representative there. I'm sure he'll have some task he wants you to start on. Do you mind? I'm in the middle of a Republic recruiting drive right now. I need to hire these mercenaries before they sign up with the Sith. In case you hadn't noticed, there's a war on. If we don't hire these mercs, the Sith... Do you mind? I don't know if you've got what we're looking for, Jedi aren't generally suited to mercenary. It's north of here, just east past the first courtyard. It's just off the north end of the second courtyard. Now, if you'll excuse me.
The Republic respects the peace of Otto City, Your Honor, but the Sith are a violent people who leave violence in their wake. I have 3 soldiers in the infirmary. I hardly call 6 against 3 a fair fight. The Sith are cowards who attack only when they... They were provoked, Your Honor. The Sith goaded them into... Why can't the Cellcats see what the Sith are really like? They should ban them all.
I suppose your son is only hope. We have to at least try to help him. Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious. Speaking of that injury, has it been taken? Sunry would have overlooked it being in a...
I hear you've been a... Sunry is... He's a cripple. There's no way...
That's true. I'd forgotten about that. Let's not forget that he would have to have been considerably older than the Sith woman. I'm a Jedi, and one who was living alone in the Shadowlands until recently. That keeps you in shape, damn it. We're talking about Sunry.
And there's no way he would do something so dishonorable as hit her from behind. Sunry's a decorated war... Find the real evidence. That's all I ask.
When I get out of here, you're dead! I'll gut your fishy little... Jolie, what are you doing here? Laura sent me, Summary. I'm here to get you out of this mess. The courts went and made us arbiters.
Just like old times, eh, Jolie? You come swooping in out of nowhere to save my tail from the fire?
You saved my wrinkle butt more than a few times as well, friend, if I recall. But there'll be time for catching up later.
The case is a complete frame-up. Anyone looking at the evidence could see that. Or so I thought. But there aren't any witnesses. All that evidence against me is circumstantial and completely... Well, I was at the hotel, I admit. And I did meet Alasa there that night, but...
I was working with Republic intelligence. We were pretending defeat.
It was going well, too, until she turned... Maybe the Sith had found out I was turning her and had her eliminated. But let's look at the facts they've given. Alasa was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old man. My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk, even to hold things. See how my hands are shaking? How could I kill a Sith warrior at close quarters? I ask you! Further, they say they found my heroes cross at the crime scene. Would I leave my war medal behind if I killed someone? Even I'm not that stupid. Obviously, the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic evidence? Skin and hair samples, clothing fibers. Why isn't there anything like that at the crime scene? Sounds like an obvious frame-up to me. I hope you can see how the Sith are manipulating the Cellcat, and probably even you to set up this against me. We need to get this over with quickly and clear my name. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial. Guess you could interview witnesses at the hotel where the murder happened. Cellcath already did that, but the fish folk don't have much rapport with off-worlders. Maybe one of them was holding something back. But I think you'd be better off investigating the Sith themselves. Maybe you could find some proof they planted evidence to frame me. Though that might mean figuring out a way into the Sith embassy. Anything else I can help you with, I want... Go ahead, ask. How would they know? They weren't there. I heard some of the witnesses said that too, but I swear she was alive when I left. I wonder if the Sith have been putting pressure on people to get them to convict me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. They've had it in for... You should ask everyone about that. They might admit to helping the Sith under... Go ahead. Oh. Very well. Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready.
Save your empty threats, Sith scum. Malak isn't stupid enough to attack the core worlds, not with the entire Republic fleet waiting for him.
You're a fool. When the Sith descend on Coruscant, our numbers will block out the sun itself. The galactic senators will collapse trembling in fear and beg for mercy at Malak's feet.
You underestimate the Republic's resolve. We'll die before we surrender Coruscant.
That can be arranged. Remember what happened to Taris. Malak could do the same to the core worlds.
He wouldn't dare.
Now it is you who underestimate our resolve.
Kakinja nawabakon, pichage borang turang, nada chap. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi unko tune chuna muri ra, tong hitwama aki unko tune, tong hitwama aki unko tu, tong panokun, nonne. Diska dosoki, kopa bono nakachi, labora na winki smaktoma, uyami kyusku chitanai, kakinja nawabakon. Pichage borang turang, nada chawa yishun kun, no bamura. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi unko tune chuna muri ra, tong hitwama jikona, tong hitwama aki unko tune, tong hitwama ji aki unko tu, tong panokun, no nek. Chiwaka aita ka kichana jutornibo, kun muri ras nimo poiwanga tong itwama chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi unko tune chuna muri ra, achua penti, diska dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smaktoma, chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Chiwaka aita kan ki tong hitwa. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi unko diska dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smaktoma, uyami kyusku tong hitwama aki unko tune, tong hitwama ji aki unko tu, tong panokun, nonek, chiwi aita. Chiwaka aita kan kichana jukornibo, kun muri ras nimo poiwanga. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi unko tun. Chiwaka aita kan kichana jukornibo, kun muri ras nimo poiwanga. Tong itwama ji kakincha nawabakaon, pichage borang turang. Nada chawa yishun kun, no bamuri ra chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi unko tune chuna muri ra, tong itwama jikona, tong hitwama aki unko tune, tong hitwama ji aki unko tu, tong panokun, nona diska dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smaktoma, uyami kyusku chitanai, tong hitwama aki unko tune, tong hitwama ji aki unko tu, tong panokun. Tong hitwama aki unko tune, diska dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smaktoma, uyami kyusku chitanai, uchua penki, kopa na tong hitwama aki unko tune, tong hitwama ji aki unko tu, tong panokun, nonek. Diska dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smaktoma, uyami kyusku chitanai, uchua penki chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi unko tune chuna muri ra, tong hitwama. con mulis limo poiwanga con vis. La boda na winki smak toma. Kiska soki kupa bona na chachu da puka ul. La boda na winki smak toma. Oh baba.
You're the one defending Sunry now, huh? Well, the hotel's open. The Sith woman, Alasa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Sunry comes in. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot, though. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he left. No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, just barely. What? Why the hell should I? I'll tell them what I saw. Now, is there anything... Alasa used to rent rooms here every week or so. Then Sunry would come by a couple hours later and stay all night. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what was going on. The Sith woman, Alasa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. He can't run good because he's a cripple. No, I don't think... No way I'm lying to the court just be... What? Now, is there anything... There were only 2 other people in the hotel when it happened. One was a road... Normally, I don't let his kind in here. I'm a reputable The other is a regular named Feareth Me. He's a Pazak. Don't know anything about anything else you... The Sith, he can't run. Yeah. No, I don't... No. What? Why they... Now is there... Well, okay.
You with the Selkath? You here to see me? I told the damn fish everything I knew. What more do you all want? Sunry, I only heard of once or twice in passing. Some sort of old-time kept the rest of the building up half the night with their damn antics usually. I'm not saying anything like that. What they did in that room in private is their business. And there isn't any rule against Sith and Republic seeing each other for personal reasons. Although if you think her Sith master didn't... Oh, well, Alasa was a Sith, so of course she'd have to have some... I didn't see any... You know, I think I could trust you. Well, one time, I saw Alasa coming in wearing this big cloak. I was on my way to my room, and she normally wears stuff like that, so I didn't pay her too much attention. But this time, I accidentally brushed up against her. Accidentally, of course. And her cloak fell open. Seems so. But I'm not getting my... Now, that's all I'm going to tell you. I'll testify to the court. You were... I was in my room, being still alive. You can't tell me... Yeah. No problem. Didn't work. No problem. Didn't work.
kun selkat. Jona mulira tong glupor. Glupor tong hit wanaji selkat agi inko tune. Glupor mulira, chuna mulira. Glupor yun tung chiwi ita. Bola un jikne mulira. Glupor inba. Glupor chi ita kanki chana kilikon. Glupor nibo jimata wipun nage. Tong abagsun. Glupor tong hit wamaji selkat agi. Glupor yun tung. Glupor in. Glupor pichage borang turang. Glupor wangki yuma batmalyaw no wish. Glupor kun muliras limo poywanga kun makatong abag sintshan glupor ninong kili. Glupor chiwaka aita kan ki. Glupor sha. Glupor pampa ki mulira kun kin. Glupor chat tongi selkat wamaji kuna. Glupor ag inkot. Glupor chachopa. Glupor bago. Tongi wamaji. Glupor wa. Tongi wamaji. Glupor tati ya. Glupor kakinja. Glupor ta. Glup.
You're the one to... The Sith woman. He can't run. Yeah. No. No. What? Now is there anything... Hello? It doesn't... There were only... Normally I don't know anything. This... He can't... No. What? Now is there anything... Hello? It does... There were... don't know anything. What?
You, Jedi. I hear you are investigating the Sunray murder trial, are you not? This case is not at all what it appears to be. This murder is much more complicated than it may first appear. Sunray and Elassa are proxies for their governments, and both sides want the other to fail. You can see the journey by the footprints. You understand, yes? I'm saying they both had something to do with it. They've both kept their hands in this from the start. Because you have no one else to trust. Not Sunray, not the witnesses, and certainly not. And if you take my advice, what have you to lose? Heed my advice, Jedi, and you may yet find the truths in this murder.
Welcome to Manan. I'm Roland Wan. As the official representative of the Republic Embassy, Kolto is a precious resource. Its healing powers are near miraculous. During times of war, Kolto becomes... As long as we have the permits, we will continue to harvest Kolto and ship it to our Republic soldiers battling against the Sith. Of course, the Sith enjoy the very same privileges. But the Selkath are fiercely protective of their neutrality in this conflict. They do not want to grant... A beautiful place, Sato City. A paradise on the water. But remember, within the city itself, the Selkath... Obey the Selkath laws, keep the peace, and you should encounter no problems. I assume you received... I regret there is little I can tell you that's not in the visitor guide, my good Jedi. My duties rarely... Oh, of course. Of course, I'll do whatever I can. But I'm only a simple diplomatic representative. An ancient and forgotten race. And you think it may be here on... Well, perhaps. But if you want to get information about that, you'll have to do something for me first. Don't think you can manipulate me, Jedi. The Republic Diplomatic Corps has to deal with the Sith all the time. So we're very Your only real choice is to help me so I can help you. We were using a submersible reconnaissance droid in the ocean surrounding Ahto City, and it was damaged. It took a data recording of the outside of the city before being driven off by the Firaxan ship, but while it was returning to the surface, it encountered difficulties and was disabled. Its automatic systems floated it to the surface, but we could not retrieve it in time. The Sith were applying subtle pressure to the Selkath authorities for some reason we've not determined, and were able to delay us long enough that they could retrieve the droid before we did. The droid's data centers are heavily encrypted, so it will take the Sith several days, we believe, to get to its data. It was captured 12 hours ago. It is imperative that we get it back. It's heavily guarded, we're sure, in the Sith embassy here on Manon. Since we have no remaining soldiers to spare, and certainly not our elite ones, we have no one capable of entering the Sith base and retrieving it. That is what we would ask you to do. There are several leads we've been working on to get into the Sith base. Any of them should work for you, although it might be wise to concentrate your efforts on just one. The first method that's possible is to help us interrogate a Sith prisoner we managed to catch after he tried to infiltrate our base. He's being held just inside our enclave. We think he may be able to give us the passcode that the Sith give their informers to enter the base. He has proved most resilient so far. Good. It's a logical place to start. But you should also hear about the other options available to you. The encryption system to unlock them is very difficult, however. But if you are more skilled than our technicians, you may be able to gain access that way. Good. It is but there is one last method you should know about in case all other options fail. The Sith have got the Selkath to give them exclusive use of one of the main hangar bays. Visiting Sith Masters use this bay to land, then take a speeder over the water to an external entrance to the Sith Enclave. The luckless spy we mentioned earlier had a pass card to that hangar on him. While it is surely well guarded, it may prove to be the most direct route. Here's the card. The Sith base itself is very heavily guarded. If they became aware of your presence, I fear you would be quickly outnumbered and killed. Here is a pass card to get you inside our facility. You should find all you need to get started in there. You can choose whichever of the methods you want, as long as you get in the base and get the data recording back. Which method do you think you would like to try first? Good call. Just make sure you don't push him too hard or we might lose him. Have you managed time?
If you got a problem, go talk to our diplomatic representative. Don't.
So you're the one who's gonna try to get into the Sith base, eh? Huh. Good luck. You're gonna need it. This is our main computer room here. We got the box of pass cards we got from the Sith, but we haven't been able to break their encryption yet. We have been able to decode the numeric system they use, but there are holes in our terminal sequence patterns. The encryption system is composed of 6 matrices. Each is based on a mathematical method. The holes we're missing are the final number in each of the strings. The second last matrix has a pattern looping back on itself, or something. And the last is divided into smaller subparts. Maybe the pattern for that is within each part. But I have to admit, all this is a bit over my head. I haven't even been able to slice past the first matrix, and I've been at this for hours. I've ruined a dozen cards already. But the good thing is we have a whole box of them, so you don't have to worry about running out anytime soon. Since Roland said you were cleared, you can use the computer.
So, you're the one Roland has got to help us interrogate this prisoner. I hope your Jedi powers will come in useful. He's a Sith spy we picked up a little while ago, snooping around outside trying to get in. We thought he was suspicious and brought him inside when the Selkath weren't looking. But it seems the Sith have done a pretty good job of conditioning this guy, and we haven't been able to break him yet. The Sith protect their really important spies with some sort of mental force feedback system. They can turn their minds in on themselves, so force compulsions won't affect them. Combine this with conventional training to resist interrogation, and sometimes it takes months to get them to tell what they know. Do you want to interrogate him now? Well, the training the Sith gave him will protect him from most normal. He was with another man when he was first spotted. We think it was another spy, but we didn't manage to catch him. We also seized some personal documents he had on him when he was captured. It would seem that he's married to a woman named Tila. We checked this in our computers, and it seems to hold up. We've sent a couple of agents to investigate, but it may be a while. What we have here is your standard issue truth serum. It should make him spill his guts in no time. But there is a catch. Because of his conditioning, he's able to resist it at small doses. But if you give him too much, his body realizes what you're trying to do and shuts his mind down completely. If you do that, you'll have to inject him with an antidote that neutralizes the truth serum. Unfortunately, that too has a drawback. It causes short-term memory loss. This may work to your advantage because you can try the same tactic over and over again. But if you use it too much, he may forget everything we want to know. Hey you, wake up.
What? What companion?
The gutless Sith worm is already starting to crack. We'll have what we need within hours.
Ah! The Sith are stronger than you. Each one of us. You'll never break us. Nothing you can do to us would make us talk. We Sith are stronger than you give us credit for.
Of course, they would never believe we let you go so easily, but they would all too happily believe you betrayed.
The Sith are not that... What do... Tila, how did you find out? No, please don't hurt her. Please. Yes, it could be so much easier. All right. I'll tell you what you want to know.
What's the passcode to the Sith base?
It's Zeta 24.
Good. With this pass, you should be able to get into this. Just don't delay too long, or they might learn that he's been captured.
You managed to retrieve the data from our droid. Time is a...
You're the one defending the Sith woman, Alasa. He can't run good. No. What? Now, is there any... What?
Is for Sith only. You gotta pay a 20 credit toll to walk down this street. You talk big, but remember what we did to Taris. Maybe you're next on our list.
You got any armor plating for my swoop bike? I thought this garbage was free. You actually sell this junk? You fish on a... Don't worry.
I know you. You're the arbiter in the murder trial. Elasa was a friend of mine. If there's any justice in the galaxy, they'll feed Sunray to them. Shouldn't you be preparing for the trial? Ha! We know who we have business with. If you don't know how to get in, then we don't want anything to do with you. Now, back. Oh, really? You mean someone like you actually has some real purpose inside? Well then, what is... Yes, well, I suppose you really do have some business.
You there. I don't recognize you. How did you get in here? You! I don't reckon. Commander Gran, report. You authorized this person to enter. I don't know them. And their identification doesn't match up. They're spies.
What? Sound the alarm! Droids, destroy them!
sure all receiving chambers are...
You're dead.
Not this again!
What? Yes?
This is...
What?
You're dead.
Yes?
recognize you. Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Terrace alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you.
Well, let me guess. You intend to collect this reward, right? See? What did I tell you?
As you wish, my eager apprentices. We shall remove this thorn from Malak's side once and for all.
Wes?
Not this again! You're
What?
Die! You're
Wes?
Yes?